Alright guys, huge info today for Zenless Zone 0. We now have the full kit details for the upcoming 1.7 characters. This video will feature the S-rank character Vivian full kit details. Vivian is expected to be a Ether anomaly unit, providing very unique gameplay and amazing damage. So let's see what Vivian is all about in this video with her first ever kit details. And if you guys want to be kept updated on everything Zenless, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and put those notifications on because this is going to be a crazy week with all the new info coming out. There's going to be a lot more videos on the way. But alright, let's get into it and see what Vivian is all about. Let's check out her kit. There is a good amount of stuff to go over Vivian's kit, so I'll try to go through this as fast as possible. Alright, so I pulled up the kit here. I'm going to start with the normal attack. So the normal attack, perform up to 4 attacks forward, causing physical damage and Ether damage. After launching the 4th attack, she enters the ground parachute state. When you have to charge points, keep pressing during the 4th attack to enter the floating state. So we'll see what those states are a little bit later. Now, the normal attack ground branch. In ground parachute state, she unlocks a new normal attack, which is charge forward, causing Ether damage and covering 1 charge point. And then we have, if the ultimate dodge is triggered during the charge, an additional 1 charge point will be recovered. And then all you have to do is keep pressing the normal attack to then enter the floating state. When switching characters in the ground parachute state, Vivian will automatically launch normal attack ground branch. Now moving over to the normal attack aerial branch, which is the normal attack she gets when she's in the floating state. Pretty self-explanatory. She basically floats in the air to do a bunch of series of attacks. So launch series attack forward, ending with bloom attack, causing heavy Ether damage. All charge points are consumed when this move is launched, and for every charge point consumed, an additional bloom attack will be generated, causing heavy Ether damage and providing a layer of enhancement effect. The move also has instability effect during activation, and when switching characters in floating state, she will automatically go back to the normal attack floating branch. So basically every time you switch, she basically resets the normal attack state she's in. Now she has the normal attack called backfield attack, which is when any character in the team launches enhanced special skill and hits the target. Vivian will then consume 1 layer of enhanced effect and perform a bloom attack on the target, causing Ether damage. This effect can be triggered when Vivian is in the backcourt, which means when she's switched out, and the effect can hold up to 4 layers. Now before we check out anything else, I want to go straight to the core passive because usually the core passive defines the unit, so this is where the interesting things happen. Also, to add this in here, they did a slight correction on Vivian's core passive with a hotfix. They changed the multipliers, so instead of 8, 20%, 10%, 0.7%, 1%, it really made no sense. But now we have the new multipliers. It's 1.5%, 0.8%, 2%, 0.14%, and 0.2% per 10 points of anomaly proficiency. And since we have a better translations, I'll just read it all. So the core passive here is when bloom attack hits a target inflicted by either anomaly, electric anomaly, fire anomaly, physical anomaly, or ice anomaly, it deals an additional instance or anomaly damage based on the original. Every 10 points of anomaly mastery, the anomaly mastery damage is going to go up depending on the elements. That's what I can take from here. And when any of the above effects is triggered, the target will fall into a poison state. And what that does is they receive Ether damage every 0.5 seconds. So it's like a poison debuff on the enemy. And then when the enemy is no longer in the attribute anomaly state, the poison state ends. So that was their core passive. A bit rough with the translations here, but gives us a good idea of what Vivian is all about. And now for the additional ability, which is right under. So Vivian's additional ability is triggered when there are other anomaly characters or characters with the same attribute as Vivian in the team, which would be fellow Ether damage characters. Now, when a teammate triggers attribute anomaly, Vivian will consume a layer of enhancement effect and perform a blooming attack on the target. The corrosion damage caused by the entire team and the disorder damage resolved by the corrosion status are increased by 18%. So that is the additional ability. Now I can go back to the kit here and see what the special skill is all about. So the special skill, quickly attack forward, causing physical damage and Ether damage. The anti-interruption level is increased, and then she also gets the charge points that she needs in her kit. And you can also use the special skill to enter the floating state. Now next up we have the enhanced special skill, which is when you have enough energy, you press the enhanced special skill, launch a powerful attack forward, causing a large amount of eater damage, and you'll also gain 2 charge points. And after the move is launched, you will enter the ground parachute state. Keep pressing the move to enter the floating state. So same thing as your normal attack, you can do either the normal attack or the special skill to enter these kind of special states where her normal attack is going to get buffed. Alright, now moving over to the support techniques, we have our quick support, parry support, and support assault. Nothing too crazy here. Attack the enemy in front, causing physical damage and eater damage. And here we have after the move is launched, when there are charging points, keep pressing during the move to enter the floating state. The parry support, parry the enemy attack, pretty standard. Support assault, launch an attack on the enemy in front, causing eater damage, and she also recovers 1 charge point. And you can also go in the floating state from the support assault after the move is launched, which can be cancelled by holding down when the move is launched. Alright, now the dodge, the normal dodge, dash attack, pretty standard. It does physical damage, and we have the dodge counter attack, physical damage, and eater damage. Automatic dodge. When you're about to be attacked in the ground parachute state, you will automatically dodge and you will be invincible during the period, but the extreme dodge will not be triggered. Each time you enter the ground parachute state, it can only be triggered once. So you have a one-time automatic dodge to negate any damage, any hit that you get. So pretty good in her kit. It's only a one-time thing. Nothing too crazy, but that can still be useful, especially to keep her alive. Alright, now for the link, skills, and the finishing moves, which is the ult. So here we have launch a powerful attack on a large range of enemies in front, causing a large amount of eater damage and recovering 1 charge point. And now for the ultimate, launch a powerful attack on all enemies on a large range in front, and she then causes a large amount of eater damage, and she recovers 4 charge points. This move has invincibility, which is pretty standard for the ults. And now let's see what's left here. So I'm pretty sure I covered everything except the Mindscapes. So we have the Mindscapes, only thing left to cover, Mindscapes 1 to 6. So let's go over that real quick, and then we can wrap up the video. So the Mindscape 1 Blooming Attack causes 15% more damage when teammates trigger Attribute Anomaly, and Vivian performs Blooming Attack on a target. They will then launch an additional free Blooming Attack after a short delay. This effect has a 5-second cooldown. And oh yeah, all the Mindscapes are just going to say placeholder because they don't have a name for it yet. Now moving over to the Mindscape 2. The target in the poison state will then receive 25% more damage. Now this could be really cracked on the Mindscape 2. 25% damage is quite high. I'm also a big fan of these new mechanics, especially the poison mechanic. We've never seen that before. So I wonder how good the poison is going to be if you can chip down bosses very quickly with that new mechanic. Now we have the Mindscape 3, so pretty standard. Skill level 2 for the normal attack, dodge, support skill, special skill, and combined skill. Now the Mindscape 4, when normal attack round branch is launched, and when the extreme dodge is also triggered during the charge, an additional 1 charge point will be restored. And when normal attack round branch hits the target, an additional layer of enhancement effect will be consumed, and a blooming attack will also be performed on the target. Now the Mindscape 5, skill level plus 2, and the Mindscape 6, the range of blooming attack generated by normal attack air branch has been greatly increased, and when calculating anomaly damage in the core passive, the damage multiplier becomes 500% of the original, and then normal attack air branch will consume all enhancement effects when it is launched, and each layer of enhancement effect consumed will trigger an additional blooming attack. Alright, so went over the full Vivian kit details. Now keep in mind, this is subject to change. It pretty much always changes, so this is why I briefly went over it, and I didn't really expand on it, as I am expecting this to change a lot. Especially for the Mindscapes, or even just the kit overall, we should be getting a few more updates within the next few weeks, because they always do a few patches on the updates, a few tweaks in there, and we don't even have the multipliers yet, so it's really hard to say if Vivian is really cracked or not. But so far, she looks pretty good. Poison mechanic is definitely very interesting. It's going to make her unique, as well as her floating mechanic, and on top of that, her design is pretty nice. So really cool character. You guys let me know what you think about this character down below. That is all for this video. I'm gonna cover next the Yugo kit animation, so stay tuned. But that is all for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.